Elephant, family Elephantidae, largest living land animal, characterized by its long trunk, elongated upper lip and nose, columnar legs, and huge head with temporal glands and wide, flat ears. Elephants are grayish to brown in color, and their body hair is sparse and coarse. They are found most often in savannas, grasslands, and forests but occupy a wide range of habitats, including deserts, swamps, and highlands in tropical and subtropical regions of Africa and Asia. The African savanna, or bush, elephant, Loxodonta africana, weighs up to 8,000 kilograms, 9 tons, and stands 3 to 4 meters, 10 to 13 feet, at the shoulder. The African forest elephant, Loxodonta cyclodus, which lives in rainforests, was recognized as a separate species in 2000 and is smaller than the savanna elephant. It has slender, downward-pointing tusks. The common belief that there existed pygmy and water elephants has no basis. They are probably varieties of the African forest elephants. Form and function. The trunk, proboscis. The trunk, or proboscis, of the elephant is one of the most versatile organs to have evolved among mammals. This structure is unique to members of the order Proboscidea, which includes the extinct mastodons and mammoths. Anatomically, the trunk is a combination of the upper lip and nose. The nostrils are located at the tip. The trunk is large and powerful, weighing about 130 kilograms, 290 pounds, in an adult male and capable of lifting a load of about 250 kilograms. However, it is also extremely dexterous, mobile, and sensitive, which makes it appear almost independent of the rest of the animal. The proboscis comprises 16 muscles. A major muscle covering the top and sides functions to raise the trunk, another covers the bottom. Within the trunk is an extremely complex network of radiating and transverse muscle fascicles that provide fine movement. A total of nearly 150,000 muscle fascicles have been counted in cross-sections of trunk. The trunk is innervated by 2 proboscidean nerves, which render it extremely sensitive. Bifurcations of this nerve reach most portions of the trunk, especially the tip, which is equipped with tactile bristles at regular intervals. At the end of the trunk are flap-like projections enabling it to perform amazingly delicate functions, such as picking up a coin from a flat surface or cracking a peanut open, blowing away the shell, and putting the kernel in the mouth. African elephants have 2 such extremities, one above and one below. Asian elephants have one. An Asian elephant most often curls the tip of its trunk around an item and picks it up in a method called the grasp, whereas the African elephant uses the pinch, picking up objects in a manner similar to that of a human's use of the thumb and index finger. The trunk of the African elephant may be more extendable, but that of the Asian elephant is probably more dexterous. Sound production and water storage. Elephants produce 2 types of vocalization by modifying the size of the nostrils as air is passed through the trunk. Low sounds are the growl, rolling growl, snort, and roar. High sounds are the trump, trumpet, pulsated trumpet, trumpet phrase, bark, gruff cry, and cry. Rumbling sounds initially thought to be caused by intestinal activity are now known to be produced by the voice box, larynx, and are considered to be similar to purring in cats. Vocalizations originate in the larynx and a special structure associated with it, the pharyngeal pouch. In the vast majority of mammals, the throat contains 9 bones connected in a box-like structure, the hyoid apparatus, that supports the tongue and the voice box. Elephants have only 5 bones in the hyoid apparatus, and the gap formed by the missing bones is filled by muscles, tendons, and ligaments. These looser attachments allow the larynx a great degree of freedom and enable the formation of the pharyngeal pouch just behind the tongue. This unique structure facilitates sound production and has voluntary muscles that allow the pouch to be used as a resonating chamber for calls emitted at frequencies below the range of human hearing. These low-frequency, 5 to 24 Hz, calls are responded to by other elephants up to 4 kilometers, 2.5 miles, away. Low-frequency sound waves travel through the ground as well as the air, and results of experiments indicate that elephants can detect infrasonic calls as seismic waves. Elephants can produce a variety of other sounds by beating the trunk on hard ground, a tree, or even against their own tusks. In addition to sound production, the pharyngeal pouch is presumed to be used for carrying water. For centuries people have observed that on hot days and in times when there is no water nearby, elephants insert their trunks into their mouths, withdraw liquid, and spray themselves with it. The source of this liquid and the ability of elephants to withdraw it have posed a mystery even though the pharyngeal pouch was described in 1875. Two plausible sources of the liquid are the stomach and the pharyngeal pouch. Stomach contents, however, are acidic and would irritate the skin. In addition, the sprayed liquid contains small food particles commonly found in the pharyngeal pouch, as opposed to digested food from the stomach. Finally, repeated field observations attest that elephants can spray themselves while walking or running. As it would be difficult to suck liquid from the stomach while running, the most likely explanation for the liquid source is the pharyngeal pouch. Another possible function of the pouch is heat absorption, especially from the sensitive brain area above it. Natural history. Reproduction and life cycle. Elephants live in small family groups led by old females, cows. Where food is plentiful, the groups join together. Most males, bulls, live in bachelor herds apart from the cows. Males and females both possess two glands that open between the eye and ear. Elephants of all ages and sexes secrete a fluid called temporin out of this orifice. Males, however, enter a must period, during which they secrete a fluid differing in viscosity from the fluid secreted when they are not in must. Serum testosterone during must is higher than in a non-must elephant, and the animal's behavior is erratic. They are uncontrollable. Must is Hindi for intoxicated, sometimes even by their own handlers, mahouts. Must is the time for establishing reproductive hierarchy, which can differ from the usual social hierarchy in that a male in must outranks non-must males. In the wild, males are usually at their prime physical state during must and ordinarily do most of the breeding. Elephants are able to assess the reproductive status of one another by using their keen sense of smell. Inside the skull, elephants possess from 7 to 9 nasal turbinals with specialized sensitive tissues for olfaction. Humans have only 3 turbinals, dogs have 5. When a female is in estrus, or when a male is in must, an elephant apparently can detect airborne hormones. Once collected, the information is then passed to the Jacobson's organ, located on the roof of the mouth. This organ conveys the molecules to the brain for analysis. Hormones are also sniffed directly from urine and feces. Importance to humans. For many centuries the Asian elephant has been important as a ceremonial and draft animal. Technically, elephants have not been domesticated, for they have not been subjected to selective breeding for improvement of traits desired by humans, as has been the practice with cattle, horses, and dogs. Historical records of tamed Asian elephants date to the Indus civilization of the 3rd millennium BCE. At Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, Pakistan, soapstone carvings depict elephants with cloth on their backs, which indicates use by humans. Mahouts and Uzis, elephant trainers in India and Myanmar, respectively, are skilled people who remain in direct contact with the animals for many years. The handlers take care of all the elephant's needs, and the bond between man and beast becomes very strong. Hastavidyarama, an age-old handbook for elephant tamers, spells out prescribed training procedures in detail and is still used today in some parts of Asia. Commanded by its mahout, the elephant was once basic to Southeast Asian logging operations. It remains a symbol of power and pageantry, but has been largely supplanted by machinery. At the beginning of the 21st century, Thailand and Myanmar each had about 5,000 captive elephants employed in traditional roles intermingled with modern use as tourist attractions. The most famous historical event using elephants in war was that of Hannibal, the young commander of the Carthaginians who crossed the Alps from Spain into Italy. He left Cartagena, Spain, in 218 BCE with 37 elephants, 36 African forest elephants and 1 Asian, each under its own well-trained mahout. The Asian, Hannibal's personal elephant named Surus, meaning Syrian, was the only one that survived to reach Italy. African elephants were also tamed during the 19th century, in what was the Belgian Congo. Training of these forest elephants was initiated by King Leopold II of Belgium and was conducted by Indian mahouts with Asian elephants. African elephants are now used mainly for transporting tourists in Garamba National Park, where they are valuable in providing revenue to sustain its activities.